Once upon a time, I re-edited Aliens.
Close your eyes, baby.
This is the story of that work. Hello DP community, and welcome to the October installment in this year of the Fanedit. This is a very special segment of Yofei because I'll be covering a project that has largely been private. For the first time in 8 years, I'm bringing the expanded DP community backstage to revisit my 2013 title, Alien². And if you're an established DP patron, you'll soon have access to that work. Now, by established, I mean you've been supporting DP as a patron for 3 months. I'm excluding people who don't understand what it means to be a patron and instead use the Patreon site for discount shopping. As promised in the January announcement video, this is something from my personal vault I chose to share with DP's patrons. It is a thank you gesture, not a product. To fully understand the Fanedit, I invite you to come inside my head. We'll also need to travel back in time. The year is 2012. In the various fan editing communities, fans are fixated on the film Prometheus, the first new Alien feature in 15 years. Yeah, I can still remember the buzz that summer. Well, their rabid obsession to start cutting up a film that many audiences still hadn't seen or fully digested struck me as inane and desperate. Indeed, while the herd was running to find new relevance in Prometheus edits, I decided it was the perfect time to look back at the original Quadrilogy. I rewatched all 4 movies over the course of a week or so, and then spent another several days revisiting and comparing the available theatrical and extended versions. During this process, it quickly became obvious how I should approach the Alien legacy. Alien was the perfect sci-fi horror classic. Alien² and Alien Resurrection never happened, and Aliens had gotten sillier over time. Yeah, so before we proceed, let me be perfectly clear. Contrary to Wikipedia and probably most of the Alien fan community, I don't think Aliens is better than Alien, and I certainly don't agree that Aliens is the best sequel ever made. In fact, I've never even considered that as a possibility because it's so absurd. Has the older version of you watched Aliens recently? It's like watching a film adaptation of a first-person shooter game.
Get it, baby! Come on! Come on! Come on, you bastard! Come on, you too! Oh, you want someone else?
This is my personal media drive. You'll notice that my Alien universe entails just 4 movies. The original classic and its sequel, my sequel, plus the 2 studio prequels. So you see, I insisted on a world where Alien, like most groundbreaking movies, had its obligatory one-off sequel. Tagged as the Finality cut, Alien² was produced to look and feel like a typical sequel that would never surpass the original, but would continue its story, themes, and aesthetics one last time. When you understand this backstory and framing, many of my editing choices will fall right into place for you. Take, for example, the title, Alien² or Alien² if you prefer. All of you now can understand the title choice without me having to elaborate. You get it. That same effortless understanding will emerge when we look at the new opening titles. If you're like me, you've watched Alien dozens of times over the past 40+ years. But let's not forget that Richard Greenberg's title reveal for Alien was something we had never seen before in 1979. It was freaking cool, a bit creepy, and is just as entertaining and effective today. In our revised framework, that signature effect absolutely would return in a one-off sequel, for the same reasons that Star Wars never abandoned its signature crawl. The fans would be expecting it, and the corporate suits would be banking on it. James Cameron, though, I don't know what was going on. Was he legally blocked from reusing the original title effects? Well, jump ahead to 1986, and Aliens gave us a very different but more common title reveal, which brings us to the first major edit in Alien², 2, a return to form. Because the third and fourth movies no longer exist, it meant that I could use them in brand new ways, much like a real film editor. Indeed, this new title sequence is set to the title music from Alien², not because I could, but because August Day is the better sound for this sequel. We'll see another example of such assimilation in Part 2, when Ripley is recovering in the medical facility. It's probably the single best edit in the entire project, and I think you're going to enjoy what I did there. If I remember correctly, the timing particulars of this new sequence forced me to cut out a credit. I think it's the executive producers. So my condolences to Gordon Carroll, David Geiler, and Walter Hill. Here begins a series of sequel assist narrative devices that really target viewers who are coming in cold. But when done well, even returning audiences will feel they are relevant and fresh. Now, this is the very same set we left in 1979, so these flashbacks to those events are also very sequelish. It's yet another return to form. The August Day track also afforded a seamless transition to the opening scene, and this is the perfect moment for us to break today. In Part 2, we'll pick up near the end of this recovery scene and have a look at some of the more important body edits. So if this is something that interests you, be sure to like, subscribe, and set your notifications. Until next time, this is Antimatter.